Yeah, it's me. I'm Jike. Yeah, yeah, that's who I am. I'm Jike. And I got cracker Ass Regalia for you. So, I'm gonna break it down like this. Okay, look. First thing is we have, you know, the apparel that I'm wearing right now. As you can see, it says Twiztid, which is a former member of the Psychopathic Records and uh, second to the Insane Clown Posse. Well, what we were going to discuss on about this situation is that first you have the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigational Idiots. The FBI, okay, what they do, they label anybody who is in any kind of apparel, like it has anything to do with uh, 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 Juggalo, uh, Juggalo family, the Insane Clown Posse, and Twiztid, and Blaze Your Dead Homie, Anybody Killer, Boondock Saints, and the list goes on. But what we have here is the FBI labels Juggalos as a gang, like an official FBI organized crime. Well, I wouldn't really say organized, I'd say disorganized crime, because let's face it, like, have you seen Juggalos? Like, they're a bunch of degenerate and degenerate and degenerates. Now, you have the Insane Clown Posse and Twiztid and things like that, of that nature, to where the Federal Bureau of Investigational Idiots label that these these juggalettes, juggahos, juggahores, jugganobodies, and gigolos, and all that fabulous and entertaining and crazy, insane clown posse uh, fan base is nothing but a bunch of thugs and criminals and labeled a gang by the Federal Bureau of Investigational Idiots. Now, what can you do about that? Not a thing, really, because who knows? Maybe Juggalos are a secret underground, uh, disorganized crime unit that label themselves as Juggalo family, but you know what they say about, like, you know, what do you call it? the Italian mafia. You know, they call themselves family. You know, well, Juggalo family is seemingly considered to be on the top 10 most wanted FBI list of gangs. Wearing apparel as such that Jike Cracker Ass Regalia here is wearing a Twiztid shirt. Well, let's go here. Twiztid is formally no longer with the Insane Clown Posse on Psychopathic Records. They are on their own. As Blaze, Your Dead Homie, and Boondocks, and all those other Psychopathic record bands have come and gone over the years. Twiztid's been with them the longest, since 1994, 95. They are, you know, second to ICP. ICP, Insane Clown Posse, is, you know, the head of the Insane Clown Posse is the head of Psychopathic Records. And Psychopathic Records is labeled a gang. Anybody with that hatchet man, the little red guy running with a meat cleaver, hatchet, and in one of his hands. I don't know, left, right, left, whatever. Running with the hatchet in his hand, and he has like spiky hair and all that, you know, crazy and wild shit that goes on in these these uh so you have a gang, and uh, pardon my giggle there, didn't mean to giggle at the fact that clowns, two guys, paint themselves up in face paint as clowns, are the head and the face of this this Juggalo family, Juggalo fan base. And it's just it's too laughable. I try to keep a straight face while making this video. It's about 10 minutes long, and the FBI labels Juggalos and Juggalo family top 10 most wanted by the FBI. The FBI are a bunch of degenerate retards. And what can you do about that? You know what I mean? Can't control the FBI. Can't control shit. You don't even have control over your own body. The government, the legislation owns you, your body. What goes in your body, what comes out of your body. You know, the piss tests and shit like that. You know, you're on probation, you're on probation, parole, whatever the case may be. You do not own your body. Your body is owned by the federal government, state property. It's absurd the way that this world is just going these days. It's beyond me. It blows my mind because I can't fathom the concept of two clowns paint their faces up like clowns and sing about mental instabilities and their uh, fixation on cannibalism and dead bodies and necrophilia and, and fucking fat bitches and super balls and whatever. Nah. Now it's just funny to me that the Federal Bureau of Investigational Idiots, that's what FBI stands for. If you didn't know, this is a quick lesson on history. Um, J. Edgar Hoover was the founder of the Federal Bureau of Investigation of Idiots. Federal Bureau of Idiots. If you want to go, if you don't want to get too technical about it. Federal Bureau of Idiots. J. Edgar Hoover had um, pioneer. He was a pioneer and just created this like untouchable uh, law authoritarian author, authoritarian authoritarian capitalist and they created this unit for tracking across state lines because let's face it, because you are the Godfather. A couple of clowns are as organized as the mafia, and they have juggalos as their capos and their informants and their soldiers and whatever. I mean, what juggalos are people who wear apparel like this, who go around, paint their faces up, and cause mayhem and chaos and destruction and riots and the rapture and all that fun shit that you crazy ass motherfucker juggalo whatever the fuck the acronym for whatever it is MMWCFWMLXD whatever I don't know much mad wicked clown love motherfuckers. So you have these couple of clowns who are the marionettes and just controlling controlling the strings of these puppets that are known as juggalos. These two clowns with face paint on, painted up like Bozo the Clown, have control over every action that each individual partakes in. So you, my friend, if you happen to be a juggalo, don't let anybody know, because you know they say about the mafia back in the day, it was called La Cosa Nostra, and that means this secret of ours. Now the thing about a secret is you don't let anybody know. It's a secret organizational type of thing there that you have. And these jugglers, they go out, you know, they carry steak knives and motherfucking and hatchets and meat cleavers and motherfucking meat tenderizers to motherfucking squash your balls. You know, they will pull your pants down. I mean, dudes, I'm talking like juggalo dudes, will pull your pants down and grab your ball bag and have like 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 juggalos holding one guy down in the back, and you have one juggalo gripping up his balls, cupping his balls, and setting them down on a cutting board, and with a meat tenderizer, these motherfuckers just go womp 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 with the meat tenderizer on your scrotum ball bag nutsack, and they bust that shit all up. And that's only one of the sadistic type of shit that they do. I mean, they go out, these motherfucking juggalos, they go out with a gun, say like a 9mm, fully loaded with blank rounds, and they go out and they just buck shots off at anybody passing by. You know, these juggalos are out. You know, you see juggalos driving down the road, bumping on some insane clown posse music. Who? What is a juggalo? I'ma be down with the clown till I'm dead in the ground. Call me the dead body man. 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 Cemetery baby, my cemetery girl. Cemetery baby, I want you in my world. Cemetery woman, when you got me down. You're more than just a corpse to get this. You're more than just a corpse to a psychopathic clown. These motherfuckers talk about fucking dead bitches. Digging up girls at the cemetery and engaging in promiscuous sexual activities. So much room for activities! They do this type of shit, and they some fucked up motherfuckers. And the FBI labeled these motherfuckers as terrorists and organized crime. And oh, you know what else? Twiztid has left Psychopathic Records, as did Blaze You Dead Homie, as did Boondocks. So, ICP is sitting at a big table, lonely as fuck, because do you know what happened? The FBI has so much power over everything in the world that they had actually dismantled the artists from the inside out. They started to uh, they started to take them out one by one, and they've given them generous offers. This is an official. This is an official report specifically from Paul Metric and Jamie Madrox, also known as Jamie Madrox and the Monoxide Child, uh, and Blaze You Dead Homie, also known as Colton Grundy. So what these guys had told us, they said, well, they told me, because I know them in real life, like you know what I mean. I hang out with these dudes, these two dudes right here. You see Friday the 13th. Let me get up close here. Friday the 13th. I'm Michael Myers, and you know what I'm saying. Like, what they do is they had dismantled the entire Psychopathic record label artists from the inside out. So you have juggalos running rampant, wondering why. Oh, why did Twiztid leave? I just wonder why Twiztid left. Why would they do that? They're still fam. Whoop whoop. I mean, come on, bro. It's not the Twiztid left. They didn't want to leave. They had no choice, because the FBI had been fucking with them the whole time, telling them like, look, bro, look, dog, if y'all don't leave Psychopathic Records, y'all's gonna be in some motherfucking shit. And they had no choice but to leave, because they, on their American Psycho tour in Tampa, Florida, what happened was the FBI was on scene, and they had made a pretty relevant arrest uh, to Blaze You Dead Homie and Paul Metric, aka the Monoxide Child, and Jamie Madrox, aka Jamie Madrox. I mean, they um, went onto their tour bus and searched, illegal search and seizure. They searched the tour bus and found marijuana, cannabis. I don't want to get all political here. Cannabis. It is called cannabis. Uh, you can probably tell, you know. I will not confirm or deny if I am on cannabis at this point in this time and this juncture of all critical junctures in the history of the motherfuckle junctures ever. Because, look, fact is that the FBI had dismantled the record labels, artists, one by one. Boondocks, gone. Blaze You Dead Homie, gone. Twiztid now, gone. Not by choice, but by force. The Federal Bureau of Idiots has that much force over these gigolos and all that juggalo, whatever, juggalezos, bozos, juggabozos. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to sound like I'm unintelligent. I just don't want to sound unintelligent if I'm not pronouncing anything correctly. So, you know what I mean, man? That's just that's some raw shit that they done did there, man. Look, dude, I'm not saying, man. I'm just saying what could happen. Maybe we just purely speculation. But whoever wants to believe that could be just a couple of dummies that don't know anything. That don't know anything about anything at all. So, you know, I mean, they drink Fago pop, and what the Fago pop is like, it's like your initiation into the gang. And to be initiated into a gang, you have to go to the gathering of the juggalozos, and whenever you're at the gathering of these bozo galos, bozo guggalos, I'm sorry, just please correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, just leave comments if I'm just completely and totally and fucking retarded at. Anyway, these juggalos, they are a threat to society and they need to be stopped. They need to be abolished. They need to be taken out of rotation. Kill these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the FBI wants nothing more than these motherfuckers dead. They want them on a slab, toe tagged, body bagged, and ditched. They don't even want to bury them. They want to uh, just go out somewhere and like somewhere, just I don't know, just somewhere and dig up a mass grave and just pile bozos, lozos, whatever's. They just want to pile them all into this mass grave and just shovel the dirt over because, I mean, they brag about being underground and on the underground and fuck the mainstream and this and that and the other thing. I mean, me personally, I like Taylor Swift. That's just my preference in music. I just don't know. I I'm a Taylor Swift fan, so I am on the mainstream. I just do not condone in the underground music and the violence that entails and ensues with these kinds of um, mishaps and whatnot. So they want to create a big mass grave at the next gathering of Juggalos. It is going down. I heard that the FBI is going to be there. They're going to be undercover, dressed up as Juggalos and face painted and everything like that. And they're going to swarm and they're going to apprehend every single Juggalo, hobozos, and detain them and force them into a already pre-excavated mass grave, and they're gonna dump them all in there, and you know, douse them with alcoholic Fago, and you know, throw a lit match in there and burn these fucking degenerate, low life criminals that are um, federally a threat to society. So that's what's gonna happen, is they're gonna burn these degenerates alive, which I can understand. They deserve it. You know, juggalos do deserve to be burned alive and doused in alcoholic Fago and buried them in a mass grave. Because, let's face it, this is what will better the planet. It will better civilization in generations past, present, and future. So they were going to eliminate any threat and nip it in the bud so they can rest easy at night without knowing that there are gigalogalos and things like that out roaming the streets, causing mayhem and you know, snatching up old ladies' purses and you know, just throwing Molotov cocktails into daycare centers and just doing stuff like that. You know, just derailing train. You know, all kind of trains and stuff like that, and just causing mass murder and mayhem. And you know what? I have an inside scoop. Okay, look, this is a source that I have gotten directly from the Pentagon and the government. George Bush let me in on a little secret, because me and him were like this. You know, old George Bush. You know, George W. Me and old George W. You know, we smoke. I will not confirm or deny if I indulge in any kind of cannabis use, medicinal or not. Irregardless, but I know that from the Pentagon that it was an inside job what happened to the World Trade Center. It wasn't Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein who orchestrated the whole disaster and destruction of the World Trade Center. It was actually juggalos. They were very well incognito about it. They had hijacked airplanes, face paint and all, painted up like a couple of bozo clowns with the red nose and big floppy shoes and parachute pants, and you know, what they did was they had you know, they had their, you know, they make their balloons, you know, they make those long balloon things. What they did was they had, I mean, this is all coming straight from the Pentagon, direct source, fact, information. You can look it up. You know, go to Shyster82 on YouTube and look it up. It is all there. The evidence is there. With the juggaligolo, whatever they, uh, I don't know. What they did was they had face painted and all. You know, they had big fluffy red and blue wigs and rainbow colored wigs and all that fun stuff and painted faces and all that good old crazy old fashioned Ass Regalia shit. Now what they did, since they could not sneak anything as efficient as this, is a blade to just take across somebody's motherfucking jugular and just dig into that shit and motherfucking rip it out. But what they did, like I said before, they had the balloons and they were making balloon animals for like children on the plane just to blend in with the crowd. But whenever mid-flight up in the air over Shanksville, Pennsylvania, the Pentagon, New York City, the World Trade Center, these juggalos, Lego, juggalegos. I like Legos. I like playing with Legos. Don't get me wrong. I've always been a huge fan of playing with Legos since I was a little kid, like a little toddler. Since I was a little sperm in the nutsack of the father that I've never had in my life. It's just been a complete and total fuckface that's just knocked my mom up whenever she was 15, and you know, I don't even know where I was going with that, but what they did was, they blended in, and, they asked for peanuts, and got, their, whatever, in the airplane, they got their stuff blended in, and went incognito. And then what they did was they started blowing up balloons. They made like a little puppy dog, like a little puppy dog balloon for the one kid. They made a little princess crown for princess crown, tiara, what have you, for a couple of the little girls. And they, you know, made a few balloon animals and whatnot. And then what they did was they made a balloon sword. Tied this bitch up. It was a balloon sword. They went and hijacked that motherfucking plane with the sword. Ran that shit kablowy right into the motherfucking Twin Towers. Knocked that shit down. Confirmed by the Pentagon. Confirmed by George Bush. Confirmed by the motherfucking World Trade Center that didn't exist. Was just completely obliterated. So, what is going to happen at the next gathering of Juggalos? The FBI will be taking out the masses of Juggalegos and putting them in a mass grave. So there will be no evidence. So I guess that's how it goes. And with that said, I'm going to sign off. 40 minutes. Your boy Jai, Cracker Ass Regalia, son.